You're watching the 2020 SCAC Spring Media Days. Today we're taking a look into the University of St. Thomas men's and women's tennis programs. The Celts will be led as they head into the season by head coach Jack Brasington, along with freshman Haas on the men's side and freshman Alyssa Davila on the women's side. Coach, Alyssa, thanks so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
Coach, you enter your first year with this program. What have you learned about this team as you head into your first season here at St. Thomas?
Yeah, it's exciting to start off a new season, beginning for all of us. I think we're all learning what it's like to be on the road, because this year is going to be pretty much a lot about being on the road and how to deal with those challenges. I think we're all learning about just each other and you know, not only on the court but off the court. But I've been really happy about how everyone's been playing, and you know, and I think most importantly is thinking about how we're going to get better and what things we need to be doing.
Alyssa, what's been your mindset and the team's mindset as you begin a new program there in Houston?
Well, starting off, we really just wanted to get ourselves on the board. So we're playing a lot of matches right now. We want to build our confidence is what we're really trying to do. And whether our matches end with our wins or defeats, we're trying to learn from every match so that we can continue to grow as we progress throughout the spring season.
This team's already collected a few wins early on in the season. What kind of confidence has Coach instilled with this group early on in the year?
Coach has really helped us playing great. He's instilled confidence. Him and our assistant coach have really helped us increase our game, helped us really play well. We've had some great wins against some great teams.
Coach, what has been your message as you try and instill a foundation with your new program?
Yeah, no, exactly. I think most importantly I try to set an expectation, but also one that there is the unknown. So just being ready for that. The biggest thing for me, what I keep ingraining, is just the word compete. I love that word, just competing no matter what. And also the second that comes to mind is the habits, good habits, because those will carry us through you know, the whole season and beyond. So, you know, we knew, you know, we had some tough matches already, Southwestern, Trinity. I wanted to have those early because those are the teams that are our leads in conference, and we're going to face them in the conference tournament in April 17th. So I wanted to get those matches, you know, done with so that everyone has a kind of a sense of what those players are like, and then it really helps us to kind of figure out where we need to grow and what things we need to do and how hard we need to work. So I'm excited, and I think we're on the right track. We just got to keep steady and keep it going.
Coach, a follow-up question. What do you hope to show the SCAC as you enter your first season?
Most importantly, I think that, you know, that we're a team that is going to compete and that we're ready to go. I mean, you know, I know I've heard, you know, hey, you're our first team, but I mean, I have a lot of expectations personally, and I don't want to be the team that's oh well that didn't go your way because you're a freshman team, or you're no I don't really, you know, I don't really see it that way. You know, we come prepared and we're ready to go. So you know, I'm looking for the challenges. That's what it's about. So
Alyssa, what are some of the team goals and expectations as you head into this 2020 year?
Our goals right now are to play our best and, like Coach said, compete. Because you know, even if we're down in a match, we can't just give up, and nobody's going to win or even learn from a match if you just give up when you're already down. So we're really trying to learn to compete, to like you said, yeah, compete, create good habits so that we can continue throughout our matches, not only in doubles but in singles, so that we can continue to compete.
Similar question. What are some of the team goals as you head into this new season on the men's side?
I mean, I feel like we've reached a lot of those goals. We've been playing with great chemistry. All the doubles teams are playing really well together. And I feel like one of our goals is we need to go out and just take it from the team. We really need to just play our best and maximize our potential.
Coach, doubles is obviously such a key factor in the college game, sort of setting the tone. What is your philosophy in trying to find those doubles pairings? What do you find works best as far as finding chemistry out on the court with doubles teams?
Great question. You know, in the fall was kind of our tester. We've had different combinations for both the men and the women, and they know that. So it was nice now in the spring. We've kind of settled down on the teams. Maybe made one change or so, but I think we're pretty much close, locked in on our matchups and the pairings. I think the chemistry works well. We always discuss this as a team because doubles is like that. You know, you have to have the right chemistry and everyone on the same page. And so, but I definitely, yes, had realized more how more important doubles is than I used to. Now that each doubles match is a point. So I've definitely refocused on the doubles, and we've been working more so on the doubles than winning that point. So,
Alyssa, as you look at this roster, it's made up of completely freshmen. What kind of challenges does that pose with a roster full of first-year players?
Well, obviously, being a freshman team won't be easy because all these other teams have had years of experience. You have a bunch of girls who are used to playing in conference or even whenever we were in NAIA. So being a freshman team, obviously, it would be difficult to start to adjust to how we're supposed to do things, and we're really just trying to get ourselves on the board and to again compete. Because we want to show everybody, okay, yeah, we might be a freshman team, but we have experience and we can grow on it. We can grow from this.
Race, what's the importance of starting and building a new program there at St. Thomas?
I think it's really great. Starting the first-year program, I think we can set a precedent of winning for like years to come with some good wins against some teams, yeah.
And finally, Coach, this season is successful if what plays out on the courts for these two teams. What are you looking for in your inaugural year there at St. Thomas?
Well, first I want to say to Race and Alyssa, I'm just always proud of them. They, you know, recruiting your first year, like last year with track and field Eric Heim here and Angela, the softball coach. You know, it's hard and trying to find, you know, those players that come into your team that really are fundamental growers for your program. So I'm just really, I'm really happy that I was able to find players like them here to be a part of the program because they really are gonna, they are leaders and they're gonna help us for the next 4 years. My goals for this year, you know, well, it was nice to see Southwestern and Trinity. Those are our kind of our, you know, our competition there in the conference. We want to have a good season. We want to continue to grow and learn from each match. You know, obviously the wins, I don't focus on the wins. The wins are motivation for me. I'm competitive, yes. But I find the habits and the good things we do every day, the wins follow. So if we can continue to work on and be productive every day, the wins will follow us. So my expectations are to be prepared, to just be ready and give them as much leadership as I can as a coach on and off the court, so that I'm a tool for them to use, and I just want them to be comfortable and ready to compete. You know, I said earlier on, and I repeat this in the matches, like it's all about your mindset. And if I can bring that, you know, part of the coaching, there's so many layers of coaching, and that's part of the reason why I love it. And then one of them is how do you get your players motivated? How do you get them going? And so so I try to remind them to find, you know, everyone has their own answers, but to find that mindset that makes them champion. You know, because you can have two players the same, but if one player just doesn't have that right mindset that day, probably not going to be successful. So I really, you know, I challenge them and I try to remind them just the good habits and the motivational encouragement that I can give them to help them be in the right, to have that right attitude.
University of St. Thomas tennis programs. The Celts will head into the season again under the guidance of head coach Jack Brasington, along with Race Haas on the men's side and Alyssa Davila on the women's side. Coach, Race, Alyssa, thanks for joining us and best of luck as you head into the season.
Thank you.